So a couple of weeks ago I finished building the 350Z from the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. That was done with a conversion kit from Decals Shop, and they have made a couple more available to me. They sent out the one for the Fast and the Furious 1, or just the regular Fast and Furious, for the RX-7 that Dominic Toretto drove. This is one of my favorite cars from the movie, so luckily they created this conversion kit as well for a Tamiya RX-7, the FD. And it is a pretty similar style of kit that I've shown in the 350Z series, but then a bit simpler as it doesn't really have any extravagant wide body parts, just a couple of body parts for the front, side, and rear, and of course some for the interior and a couple of decals too. One thing I do want to mention pretty quickly in between, I'm not going to be building this kit anytime soon. I still have a lot of other projects to do, and I have been getting more and more complaints about me building all these Fast and Furious cars. Now for me, I built these out of passion and because these companies help me out in sending me these kits, but mostly I accept these builds because I like building these so much, as it brings me back to my childhood and the good old days of those Fast and Furious movies. I understand that not everyone likes me building a lot of these, but I will be building more of them as more of these come out and become available to me. But for now, I'm just doing the unboxing, and I will be getting to the build further on in a couple of months' time, hopefully. So let's jump into the box and see what's inside. So the main bag has pretty much all of the parts for the exterior and interior in it, and then there are some separate sprue bags with parts for the new headlight lenses, as these are converted from the stock pop-ups to some with clear covers and lenses inside. Of course, some new tires for the wheels, the new wheels themselves. They do need a little bit of cleanup between the spokes, as that is some flashing from the resin casting. And of course, the most important part is a set of decals. So these decals are nicely printed. They are on the thick side, so they do need a couple coats of clear and maybe a bit of polishing and blending. And also, since they are printed on a machine that just does a clear coat layer on top of everything, they do need to be carefully cut out along all of the edges. Now nonetheless, all of the detail is in them very nicely, and they look super sharp. So for the decal installation process, there is a sort of instruction manual as well to show you which need to go where, which comes in really handy so you don't have to look online endlessly for the correct reference material. On the back, it also has some general instructions on how to use these decals. The tires that come with this kit are nice. They are made out of rubber, really flexible and super strong, have a good detail on the thread pattern itself, and a nice clean sidewall. The casting on this looks incredibly clean and is really well done. The new wheels are also pretty nicely cast. It does have a bit of a bleed out here on the edge, but nothing really big as the tires go over it anyway. The side looks really clean, and the inside also looks nice and clean. Now, one of the things that is a bit of a downside is that there is a bit of flashing in between the spokes, and that does need to be cleaned up, and with there being so many spokes and 4 wheels, that will take a bit of time, but nonetheless the rest of the finishing on the part is super clean. In order to mount the wheels, you also have a couple of options. The stock wheels themselves are pretty much flat on the inside, and they give you the male or female kit options to glue in there and use on installing these. So the interior on the RX-7 that was used in the movie is pretty much stock, apart from a couple of gauges and a new seat for the driver. That is done here really well. It does have a little bit of flashing again on some of these interior detail pieces, but nonetheless a bit of sanding and cleanup, and that should be gone too. Now on the passenger side, there was something even cooler, or at least I thought that was really cool at the time. That was this NOS system, or nitrous oxide, or whatever you want to call it. I've been getting some crap about that too. I'm just going to call it NOS, as that was the movie phrase, of course, and is the brand of these things. Now, when he pops the seat, he pretty much just pops open the bottom section of the stock seats, and that reveals the hidden nitrous system. And I think it's pretty cool that they included that here too, so you can just modify the stock seat from the kit and insert these parts to highlight them too. So the exterior isn't really all that wild when it comes to modifications. It does have a new rear wing. It has the risers itself and of course the main wing part. It does need a little cleanup here and a little sanding in general, but overall, again, the casting is really, really good. The kit that I built for the 350Z was a bit older, and the molds were pretty much worn out if you ask me, and with this one they are nice, fresh, new molds, and therefore have a lot smoother parts, making it a lot easier to probably install them, and they don't really require all that much body work. The rear bumper also has a small extension on the sides, which can simply just be glued in place. A really nice, easy install. The side skirts do need a little bit more work, as the stock ones from the kit body need to be completely cut off, and these need to replace them. They do have a nice thick edge here, which you can use to glue them in place, and should make them align a lot easier, of course, on both sides. Again, just like all the other parts, these are a lot smoother than the previous kit that I've built, so they are definitely improving on the quality. So just like the side skirts, the front bumper also needs a bit more work to be installed. The stock front needs to be completely cut off, along with the headlights themselves. They are stock pop-ups on the FD, and they are replaced with these bucket lights and also some of the clear parts that I will show and have shown already. It does need a bit of cleanup on the inside here with a bit of flashing, but as you can see, that simply just breaks off already pretty much, and the same goes for around all the edges. Nonetheless, again, all of them look really clean and should be a pretty simple and straightforward install. And the final pieces to finish it all off are the clear parts. There are some new lenses which you will be replacing the stock pop-ups with. Of course, some little details for on the inside of that bucket, and then also some more lenses on top. All of them look really clean, no bubbles or imperfections to show, and even these smaller lenses have a nice panel line in them, as the edge needs to be painted black. So that should be a real breeze to do as well, and look really, really clean. If you are interested in purchasing one of these kits or any of the other products from Decals Shop, I will be leaving links in the description down below, along with a nice coupon code for a big fat discount. So again, check out the description of the video and follow the links.